Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick video about some of the options to charge 8S batteries. Why 8S? Well, for some of you, you may recognize this. This is the quad that I built in the Quadcopter Builder for Beginners series that I did at the start of the year. And this is 4S, and this is very much the kind of entry level now. However, lots of pilots really like 6S for the additional punch. And the great thing about 6S is when you push the voltage up, the amount of current that you need for the wattage and the motors goes down. That can increase your flight time. And now I'm starting to get lots of questions about 8S, and particularly how do you charge the things? And that's because lots of chargers, like the one behind me, go from 2 to 6S. And that's really the maximum that they can handle. However, some chargers are capable of charging 8S, but very few have the option at the moment to go right from a 2S battery to 3 to 4S up to 6S, 7 and even 8S. Usually the way it works is the big professional chargers tend to start at 8S and then go up to 10, 12S, 14S and above. However, recently I was up with Ben at 3DXR and he stocked a lot of these chargers. So I thought it'd be interesting for those of you that are interested in 8S quads for the extra power and features that they give you on how you charge the batteries. So over to Ben to take us through some of the chargers that he has that will do 8S.
Okay, so here's a selection of some of the chargers we sell. And as Lee says, we've got this increased demand of people wanting 8S chargers. So I just want to sort of try and explain to people how do you charge an 8S, what are these products like, what you need to look for. So we've got a few different makes here. We've got iCharger, we've got Ultra Power, and we've got the Tattoo ones, the Gen Ace Tattoo. And there's a couple of little sort of gotchas on chargers as to which ones you need for the purpose, what voltage they'll charge. We also have different battery chemistry, LiPo, high voltage. So let's have a little bit closer look at this and see if we can shine some light on it. If you want to charge 8S, you're going to need a charger, and it will most likely be 6S and above. So for example, we've got 6 to 12S, 6 to 12S. There is also chargers that'll do 6 to 14 and 6 to 18 even now. Most of the common chargers people may have would be 2 to 4 or 2 to 6S. So you're not going to be able to charge your 8S battery. So for example, on this Ultra Power one here, we've got this balance board that attaches to it. We've got the bigger connector here, which it's actually a sort of up to 14S connector. This then splits out into your relevant 6S, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 12. There is a method where people have had packs attached together where you end up with 2 6S leads. They are more common than these larger 12S plugs, for example. But using this board here, this would allow you to connect the balance lead of an 8S battery to this charger. And all these modern chargers sort of auto-detect the cell input, so it would know it's an 8S battery. This one, for example, also can do high voltage batteries. So there's a method to to changing it to charge to a higher cell voltage on the high voltage packs. This is a maximum output of 1200 watts. It's a 2-channel charger, so you could connect 2 batteries and it would charge them at the same time. One thing to note between different chargers, so this one is physically a lot bigger than our iCharger here, but our iCharger actually has a higher maximum power output of 1600 watts. But this needs a DC power input. So what's happened with some of these bigger chargers now, it's a combined unit of the charger and also an AC to DC converter. With the iChargers, these would require that additional power supply going into it. So it has the DC input, so you end up with 2 boxes. And for this particular brand, that has always been the case. The iChargers are very popular because they offer some advanced features. It will log your internal resistance and it will give you a bit more information about the battery health. So these still are very popular, but you will end up with additional boxes on your bench while charging the batteries. On this iCharger here, so this particular one is the DX8, so the 8 meaning up to 8S. It is a dual channel charger, so you can charge 2 at the same time. And this is the standard balance lead, and it's an XT60 in this case. So you could charge your sort of hobby batteries that are on 8S. Also, we do this a lot. It's quite common that you have to make an XT90 to XT60 adapter. One other thing to watch when you're looking at these big chargers to charge the 8S and above, you will see a range of chargers where they have different connectors on. So this one is the XT90, fairly standard. But if we now have a look at this tattoo model, we'll see a very different plug. So this particular one here, it's an AS150U. It actually has your main power pins, but then it has 4 additional pins in the middle. And these are for communication. It can be a drone can. And what you can find with some chargers, such as this one, this will only work with smart batteries. So batteries that can communicate using these 4 pins, and it will give it information to the charger about a battery. So there are certain chargers that will only work with certain batteries. This is becoming common on the large agricultural batteries. So we have some 12 and 14S batteries with this connector on that will charge on this one. They are the Gen Ace Plus series of batteries. There is also some chargers that, because you need a much bigger plug anyway, it will use this connector. It may have the pins present or removed, but they don't need the smart batteries. So there is some chargers where you just need a much bigger connector in order to deal with the current that they use the same plug, but it is not a smart battery. So that's just something to be cautious of. Make sure the charger is suitable for the battery chemistry and battery sort of type you're using. What we've seen with all of these chargers on the bench, these are all 2-channel chargers, so they've got connections for 2 batteries. And for these models, they will charge those batteries at the same time. Now, we do also sell some chargers that have 4 and 8 battery connections. And on some of those, for example, one of our Ultra Power 4-part chargers, it will charge 4 at the same time. But we also have another model that has 8 connections for batteries, and that works slightly differently. It will only charge 1 per side, so 2 batteries at a time, and it will work its way through the rest of the batteries. So that's very good for sort of connecting your batteries and leaving them all day supervised to charge. But if you want to charge all the batteries at the same time, you must make sure your battery is capable of doing that. So if it's simultaneously charging the batteries, or if it's sequentially charging the batteries. So I hope this guide gives you a little bit of information about some of the battery chargers we sell, and also charging larger batteries, batteries of different chemistry, and smart and non-smart batteries.
Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Pedantry 60 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.